Hey, hey, Chalk and History friends, it's Shelly. Hello, hello. If you see the red live box at the top left corner of the screen, we're live together. Say hello. If you're catching the replay, you'll be able to rewind, fast forward, pause, say hello either way. Give us that heart, give us a like, give us a share. Say hello. Make sure my volume's all set. All right. Come on in and join me today. We are going to play with the greatest gift. Let's see if I can prop my phone up here. Rob's not. The greatest gift is what we're playing with today. I'm going to experiment once again. We're going to use a product we had. Let me get it here. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, we used to have crackle. This would give you that crackle effect on your projects, okay? Well, then I came across, well, actually my, one of my uplines, who's brilliantly creative, she came across this product. So we're gonna give this a try. You can get it in like a fine crackle and then a medium crackle, I believe. So we're going to try it. I printed out directions. There might be some long drying time that we may have to wait. Let's see. This one says let dry overnight at room temperature. Do not overwork, apply, and leave to dry. So we're going to see. We're going to try to dry it with a dryer. If not, we'll come back tomorrow and finish it. Okay, so I do have directions on how to use it. I have some gilding wax that we also used to carry. Just some regular acrylic paint. And then I have, do I want to mix this up though? Let's see. I do have ocean mist and espresso, but maybe we do, that's something borrowed. That's lime sorbet. Sage. Oh, this is one of our new colors, that sea glass. Maybe we do sea glass and espresso, because I think those two colors would look amazing together. Let's do that. I think that's pretty. Those two look good. All right. And we have our bamboo board, which hopefully you guys got, sorry, something got in my eye. Hopefully you got a few of those on the buy one, get one sale that was going on for Perks members and designers. I did not, and I should have, because I did not realize this is my last one. So that's a bummer. All right, let's put that aside. Let's put our directions aside. Let's put our paste aside. Now, if you remember, this was the fail. Remember we did a heat transfer way back when on that? It's kind of like run in the grooves. We did it without any kind of like sublimate paper or anything like that. Then on this side, we did put some sublimate paper down, and it still didn't work. And I still kind of have, there's a little bit of residue left. I washed it as good as I could. I scraped it, I sanded it. I even used Glue Gun. So we're gonna just wing this. Again, experiment. We are experimenting. Ugh. I haven't opened this jar in so long. You know what? I have other good paint over here. Or at least I did. Where did I stick that? Okay, maybe 1 minute later. I'm back. Okay, let me open this. When I travel with my paints, I put them in a baggie, and then I tape it up nice and tight so nothing spills. In my checked luggage, of course. This is way too much. Okay. Just regular old folk art. Wicker white. Wicker white. Okay. This stuff is super duper thick, if I remember correctly. All right, I'm going to try to get that liner out of there. Do not want to get all messy. If I can help it. If I can help it. And of course I've gotten paint on me already. Okay. Say hello. Tonight is a leftover find what you can kind of night for dinner. So I figured I'd come craft for a little bit first. I don't know what I did, but I hurt my back yesterday, and right now it's kind of acting up and kind of screaming at me, so I'm hoping this will help me not think about it too much. Okay, yes, we are painting our bamboo board, and why not, because the other side is ruined anyway, so might as well. Might as well. Get a nice white coat on here. Pour a little bit more out. Once I get this covered, then we'll smooth everything out. I may even give it a little spritz of water. Just to kind of help it, glide a little better. We'll get it nice and dry. And then we're going to go over it with the sea glass. We're going to do some other fun things to it. All right, let's get that dry. All right. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Lots of brush strokes. You may even go over it a second time. Let's see how it ends up drying. Paint, right? So I can go over it second coat and not worry about it coming up at all like we would chalk paste. Like when you re-wet your chalk paste, it will reactivate it. Okay, this won't because this is paint. Actual paint, real life paint. Okay, I'm also gonna give it a couple squirts to water that down a little bit. I have used a little too much. Let's put some of that back. More we'll put back. There we go. Let's work with this, see what we have here. Get that out of there. Put some of that back. Just kind of putting some of that back as we're going over it here. All right, nice, light, straight strokes. Try to be as straight as you can. Across. Yeah. All right, and then we'll get this layer dry. Everything out nicely. Okay, perfect. That is good. All right, let's get that dry. Then we're going to add the layer of sea glass on top. Jackie, thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate you. I'm doing good, except my back is killing me. Woke up yesterday and it was not good. I felt like if I moved just the right way, it wouldn't be good. Today it's better, but not 100%. Scratched a little bit. Ignore the scratches. I hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday, hump day. Okay, all right, here's our sea glass. Okay, then we're gonna take this tray and do I want to use that? Let's use a new one here. Okay, she did this. She took some out, quite a bit. Okay. And she watered it down. All right, where's my stir stick here? Just gonna incorporate that water here. Might be too much water. Let's get a little more paste. Just want to thin it up a little bit and really get it worked in there. You don't want it to be clumpy. You want to make it nice and runny. All right, I think that's good. Okay. And then she took one of these things, little makeup sponge, and she just totally coated the entire thing. Except I feel like that's a little too watery still. Let's grab more. Mix that in there. This is already creamy, dreamy. She didn't brush it on. She just kind of dabbed it on like that. So let's just do what she did. Okay. Oh, the sea glass is so pretty. And by dabbing it, you kind of are leaving a little bit of texture. I guess you could paint it on if you wanted to. We're just gonna do what she did. She used different colors, of course, so we did change that up a little. And I see like this spot's being a little difficult, and I think that's because there's some of the glue from that sublimate, not paper, but that it's like a clear laminate sheet that we used on this a long time ago, around Christmas time. Tried to sand it. I used Goo Gone, used alcohol to break it down, but there's still some left. Then after this layer, she took coffee grinds, but I didn't have any. I probably do, let's be honest, but I didn't want to put coffee grounds on mine. I have another idea how we can mimic what she did. So let's just get this fully covered in the sea glass. Yeah, I think it's wherever that stuff may have not completely been removed, that it wants to come back up. So that's okay, because it does look interesting. It's giving our board a lot of interest. that's for sure. Okay, almost done. And then we're gonna dry it. We're just gonna do kind of like a speckle. Ooh, it'll kind of look like a robin's egg. That's what it's gonna look like. Yeah. That's it. Hopefully. Let's see if we can cover this a little bit here. Kind of fun if we could bring in another color. We could bring in like a bluer color. Hey there, Susan. You're just gonna have to watch. We're using a new crackle medium. We're experimenting. I love experimenting. I love being the guinea pig for everyone. This is our bamboo board. So we painted it with white craft paint. And then we're putting, I know it's the sea glass. We're putting sea glass on top. All right, so now let's get that dry. And then instead of coffee grounds, we're going to try a toothbrush technique. Because what she did, and I'm talking about an upline of mine, she used coffee grounds, but I wasn't going to use coffee grounds, so we're going to try something else. And this was, it used to be a failed project that we did a long time ago. We were trying to use that laminate paper on our bamboo board because I wanted to see if we could use a heat transfer on it. And it was a fail. It was a fail. So we sanded it. I tried to use glue gun to get all the stuff off. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Oh, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like the sky? So pretty. Okay. Ouch, I just rolled over my foot. Okay, we're gonna take our espresso. I'm gonna get another tray. We're gonna scoop some out. We're going to use that in a little bit, so let's put that up there. I'm going to water this down like 2 little quick bursts, well, maybe a little more. I'm just kind of mixing it up with the toothbrush. Do not use your toothbrush that you use on a daily basis. Use an old one or a new one. No, although it could go in a nautical space. Now we're gonna do, we are using this transfer. The greatest gift of Easter is hope. Okay, so we're trying to mimic what she did was she splattered coffee grinds. So I was just going to, it's not working. Like, why doesn't that work? This should be working a lot easier. Ooh, we're just gonna get messy. Instant or perked? It was instant she used. And I'm gonna try something different. Oof. That's a big, no big splats. No big splats. Come on. Why isn't this working? This should work. This should work. Okay. It's working a little bit better now. Doesn't it look like a bird's egg? I am making a mess. Okay, we're gonna have to try to pick that splat up. It's a big old splat. I'm gonna wipe up. Too thick, that's what I was thinking, because once I kept spraying, it got a little easier. Got a little easier. Okay. Wipe up. Try to clean up my mess. We gotta try to get that out of there. Try to soak it up. Maybe the transfer will go over it. Let's do this. Let's see if we can. Nope. Let's see if we can cover that up a little bit. No? Okay. Okay. So then she just kind of proceeded to go over it like this. So you kind of have dark spots and light spots. Okay. Gosh darn. Really wish we could try to cover that up. Let's dry it. And then we'll try to dry it again. Or we'll try to cover it. See what I can do here. Kind of dull it a little bit anyway. Yep, took me a while. I figured it out. There we go. I think it's good. You can barely see it, right? Right. Okay. Then, let's see, I have to look at her order. So she did the white. She watered down her dune, but we watered down our sea lash. She put coffee, and then she sanded it. I don't know. Well, Maybe I will sand it a little bit. Sand it, wax it, then do the transfer. Okay. Let's get our sanding block here. I'm just going to lightly, ever so lightly, sand it. Bring some of that white edge back. Okay, well, that feels good. That feels good. Let's grab our wax. Get a paper towel. I know, it kind of looks like a robin's egg, right? A bird's egg, kind of. Maybe. Okay, oop. Alright, just applying it to the whole board. Might as well. It's a nice layer for your wood. Keeps your design a little bit better. Okay, I think I got it on now. So now I'm just going to kind of continue to work it in there. All right. Okay. All right. Now we do the transfer, and I'm going to use the espresso for that. Okay. I labeled this greatest gift. Yes, that is crazy that the microphone picks that up. That's just crazy because he's a whole floor up. Somebody must have come to the door. He's trying to tell me I got somebody at the door. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like that's pretty good. All right, let's lay that down. And then I don't want to use the watered down. We're going to use straight from the jar. And just chalk it. So you just want to cover up everywhere where you guys see that white or your surface coming through.
You guys both down there?
I'm live.
Okay.
Hubby's on the treadmill. Yes, he's just saying hello. He's such a friendly guy. Okay. Take all the excess off. Scrape it back in your jar for the next time. Okay. And then carefully grab it from the corner and then pull it off. Ooh, wow. That's so pretty. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, we'll wash that with water. Let's get that dry. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. Ooh, I love that. The big reveal and squeal. Isn't it awesome? Okay. Now comes the next part. Okay. Fingers crossed this does not reactivate the paste. Because anytime you put something wet on a chalked project, thank you, Kathy, it reinvigorates it, right? It brings it back to life. So we're going to try to do this quick and not a lot of pressure. All right. This, am I supposed to shake this? Probably not. Fine line crackle, it's a varnish. Replace cap tightly. This is component 2. Here's our little handy dandy directions. Good thing I'm blind as a bat. Let's see, for imitating cracks of old porcelain. It's water-based, that's good. Apply first component. After complete drying, apply the second component using a brush or your fingers. The crackles can be highlighted by rubbing solvent-based coloring. So what we'll do is we'll use our gilding wax. Okay, that's all it says. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. It says on this sheet, apply component 1. Brush on a smooth coat, appears milky white, turns clear, when dry. Do not overbrush. Slight unevenness is fine. Allow to dry completely, 2 to 3 hours. No, we're going to use our heat tool. And then it said if still cloudy or tacky, extend drying time. Then you gently stir. Do not shake component 2. Use a clean, dry brush. Thin layer equals fine cracks. Thick layer equals a larger crack. Okay. Here goes nothing. Okay, remember this is what it looked like beforehand, guys. Just in case. Here, let's pour some out. I'm gonna pour some out. Oh, geez. Good Lord. Good Lord. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ooh, it's like a glue. All right. Oh, I'm scared. It's thick. It is thick, like glue. It is kind of like glue. I'm gonna try not to go over the chalk part more than I have to. Okay, I'm just gonna pour a whole bunch out here. Try not to go over it too many times here because we don't want to bring that up. Okay. I'm actually surprised with the amount of times I have gone over it that it hasn't. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Trying to put a nice white coat on there. Are you guys holding your breath? It's very thick. Very, very thick. But it's the next layer that we put in either thick or thin. Okay, let me get this layer on. I'm shocked it's not ruining it. I'm happy it's not ruining it. I'm also shocked. If anyone needs a link to this, let me know. It's not a Chalkator product. It's just something I found, or that the upline found. But I can show you where I got it from. I'm sure it's in other spots too. Okay. Okay. Let me get this back in here. It's water-based, which is nice, so we can wash our dish off, our little color tray. We can wash our brush. It's definitely thick. That is for sure. Okay. Those are up. Now it says to let dry 2-3 hours. We're gonna try our heat tool, except I'm not going to crank it up too hot. We're just gonna make it somewhat warm. Okay. It should go clear. Thanks, Kathy. The vote of confidence. It should go clear when it's nice and dry. So let's see. See how long this takes us. It's about 6:10 my time. I have to sit back. My back is killing me. Oh. Whew. It is getting clear. Again, I don't have it on that hot of air because I don't want to burn it. I kind of want to look room temp. I'm excited to see the results too. I can't wait. You see that? So it kind of creates a shiny appearance. You don't want it too tacky. You want it nice and dry. I wouldn't say sticky, but you could tell there's something there. Let's keep drying it a little bit. Because you want this layer to be nice and dry before you continue. When it's dry, but that's not tacky. A little longer. I think we're good. We are ready to continue on. This is layer number 2. open this up. It says do not shake, but stir. Just like a drink. Stir, not shaken. Okay. Let's throw that away. Let me get a popsicle stick. And then my directions say apply component 2. Gently stir. Thin layer, do not overwork. Apply and leave to dry. Let dry overnight at room temp. Optional, use a hairdryer or heat gun. Keep moving, not too close to speed drying or enhance cracking. Okay. Not trying to be too crazy when I stir this here. Okay. Then we have to use a new brush, clean brush. I'm wondering if I just want to, you know, just kind of pour some on and just kind of move it around. Thin layer is fine crackle. Thick layer is a bigger crackle. I'm gonna go opposite, I think. Let's do that. It doesn't smell, or at least I can't smell anything. Don't overwork it. I know. I'm trying not to. Just want to get it nice and even. I feel like the edges aren't getting anything, so let's go that. Okay, one more time. Up and down. Kind of brought the color out too, and it kind of turned it a little darker, I noticed. Okay. Put that back. Close it up. All right. The moment of truth. Let's see. Okay. So it hasn't started crackling yet. I'm just looking at where I applied it. Okay, it's all over. Okay, here we go. Not too close, it's all right. We may not see the crackle right away. We may need that building wax to really bring out the crackle. See if it works. First case, it's got a nice varnish finish on it. You'll probably see some crackling going up here, guys, in that reflection in the light. This says to leave overnight to dry, so I imagine this will take a little bit longer to dry. This way. Maybe a little warmer. crackling. Maybe it is a little bit. Doesn't say to go like opposite brush strokes or opposite wood grain or anything like that. Could always do a second layer going sideways. Looks dry. Worst case, it's a nice little hot plate. Let me just keep drying. Maybe it just needs to start getting nice and dry and crackle. Let's turn it up. Do I see it now? Oh, I do kind of see it now. Oh yeah, now I see it. Yay. Definitely really crackling now. Oh, or a robin's egg. We have robins that are birds that I think a robin, or no, maybe they laid brownies. I don't remember. I want to say it's a robin's egg. I did too close, it does melt, so I'm trying to stay a little further away. Whew. Hold on. Let's get colder. Don't get it on. Let me see if I can make it happen in the corner. Yeah, it's cracking, all right. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna grab some gilding wax. This is the bronze. So I figured that would go best with the espresso. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. My goodness. Tell you what, this little ornament is great for lifting paint lids off. All right. So we're just gonna kind of wad this up a little bit here. Put some on our cloth. I'm gonna just kind of start in the corner here. Oh my gosh, do you see it? How cool is that? I will get all this excess off, I promise. Wow, that's pretty neat. That's pretty darn cool. Let me zoom in for you. Oh my gosh, isn't that? All right, thanks, Susan. Talk to you soon. My gosh, that is amazing. Just really try to rub the rest off. That is so cool, you guys. That's pretty cool. That is pretty darn cool. Look at all those crackles. That's amazing. That is so cool. And I kind of just like the spontaneity of it all, right? Like it's really crackly over here, but then kind of not here. Just trying to get off whatever excess is left. Guys, this is awesome. Oh, I love it. Get out a little bit here. There we go. Isn't that amazing? So cool. All right, guys, I would say this was a successful experiment. I love it. You know, you could sand off more of the board in spots, and then when you put the gilding wax on, that will appear stronger. I love it. It's approved. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys did too. And remember to always have hope in your life. All right, guys. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I appreciate you.